Hey, what's up, guys? Dale Valor here for Modern Valor Dating. Today we're going to be talking about day game. What to do when you're out in the middle of the day at a mall or a festival or on the street. It's a little bit different of a dynamic than being at a club or a bar or night game. It's just there's a difference. And so we're going to get into that right now. Let's go. Tip number one, be creative about what venues you choose for day game. All right, so in other words, particularly if you live in a small town or an area where there's just not a lot of things going on, you're really going to have to get creative, okay? But what I mean by creative is, here's the thing: you can go to the mall. Everybody goes to the mall to do day game if you're into game. Okay, and it's not bad. I fully advocate doing that. But there's other places that you can go. If you live in a cold winter type of environment, like I'm in Detroit, right? Our winters can be pretty harsh. There's not much going on outside except when there is. There's events that go on in the winter here. You just have to dress, weather appropriate and that kind of thing. But if you live in an area like Los Angeles or San Diego or Miami or something like that, the thing is that it's nice out year round. So you could just go hit the streets and that kind of thing. But if there's big festivals going on, your town has some kind of summertime, carnival or something like that, use those opportunities, because people are there to have fun. They're there to drink. They're there to check out a band that might be playing, all that kind of thing. So use those opportunities. Don't strictly use the mall or just regular street game or something like that. Use those too, but think of other areas. I mean, if you're really going to get creative, go to Walmart, go to the grocery store. There's all kinds of different things that you can use to your advantage if you really think it through. We're going to hop into tip number two. Tip number two, make sure you calibrate. Okay, now here's the thing. When you're doing day game, there's all kinds of dynamics going on that's different than a club or a bar. Okay, people that go to a club or a bar are likely going to be there for quite some time. That's not going to be the case at the grocery store. People are going in to get their groceries and then heading back out. All right, they're not planning on sticking around to chop it up. So the thing is that in those type of situations, you're going to want to go a little more direct game. You're going to want to just state your purpose, and try to make things work that way. Now, conversely, if it's a festival or something like that going on where that people are going to be there a while, say like an art fair. Okay, we have a lot of art fairs that go on around Metro Detroit in the summer. Those are perfect places. People are planning to be there a long time, all day in some instances. So the thing is that, use whatever kind of game that you use the most, that's your strongest type of game. Do the same thing that you would do anywhere else there. But again, if it's a situation where people are trying to get in and out, a gas station, things like that, you're going to want to go more direct. All right, so let's hop into tip number three. Tip number three, time is of the essence. We talked a little bit about in the last tip about how if you're at a grocery store or a gas station or something like that you want to go a little more direct. Make sure that you understand how much time that you have available, how much time that she has available. Because if you find out, for instance, that she's going to be there a long time, you might be able to work that into an Insta-date, or you might be able to pull, but it's going to be significantly harder to do that in, the grocery store and the produce section. So, just make sure that you understand how much time is available to you, all right? We're going to hop into tip number four. Tip number four, she wants to be approached, okay? A lot of guys get this thought in their head that this isn't the right time or place because, it's not a typical type of setting where there's a lot of interaction going on, hence a club or a bar or something like that, party, something along those lines. So guys get this thought and this idea that the grocery store is the wrong place to do that, or the mall, or whatever. You know, she's doing her thing, I'm not going to bother her, blah, 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 blah. I read a statistic, I wish I knew it right off the top of my head, but I don't. But I read a statistic about how it's a big turn on in fantasy to for women to have guys talk to them, approach them at the grocery store, you know, because it doesn't happen. And believe me, nobody starts the day thinking, I sure hope that I don't meet the guy that's going to sweep me off my feet today. All right, nobody says that. Every woman wants to be swept off her feet. So the venue doesn't matter, okay? Keep that in mind. Day game is perfect for that kind of thing. Whatever you do, do not think that you can't do it because she's holding a bag or something like that. If it's the perfect time, it's the perfect time. Go ahead, open, kill it, get an Insta-date, take her home, whatever the case might be. All right, we're going to get into tip number 5. Let's get it. Tip number 5, go for the Insta-date. All right, we did a video before about Insta-dates, and so if you want to learn more about that, go watch that video. But the thing is that, you know, if you're in an environment where that's possible, like again, you know, like the last tip that I was talking about before, you know, a festival or a carnival, an art fair, outdoor concert, something like that. Okay, people are going to be there a long time. All right, go for that Insta-date. If you can't get that Insta-date, work your way backwards, reverse engineer it. So if the Insta-date isn't going to work, or even better yet, actually, let me take a step back. You're doing an Insta-date and you can't pull her home. You can't get to her house. You know, it's a wrap right there. Don't leave that Insta-date until you have another time set up that you can hang out again. And work your way back from there, all right? So you get an Insta-date, it's just a no-go. You know, you're not going to pull her. You know, set that time up. If you can't get that, get a number. If you can't get that, social media, you know what I mean? Like, work your way backwards to get what you can get out of that interaction. And then with whatever it is that you got, then work your way forward again. All right. So hope you liked that video. I'm Dale Valor for Modern Valor Dating. And we want to be able to get these videos to you the quickest way possible. So if you got value out of this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you tell a friend or anybody that you know that needs to hear this information. Make sure you get it, share it, hit the notification button. That way you're getting the videos as soon as they drop. We drop these 3 times a week. And so we want to make sure that we get you the information the quickest way possible. So until the next video, we'll see you soon. Salute.